Do you realize what João Pedro just did to the Premier League? What happened at Villa Park this Wednesday wasn't just a football match. It was a message to the world, and especially to Carlo Ancelotti. If you think you've already seen Brazilian strikers shine in England, wait until you understand why the European press is calling this kid must-watch football and why Dibu Martínez might be having nightmares about that number 20 shirt for a while. Right now, I'm going to show you the crazy reaction from international fans and how a historic hat trick completely changed Chelsea's season. But before I tell you what they're saying over in London, do me a quick favor. Jump in, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and turn on the bell. If you enjoy watching Brazilians run circles around Europeans, you're definitely in the right place. Deal? Then sit back, because this is top-tier football talk. Picture the scene. Wednesday night, Villa Park buzzing, and Aston Villa flying high in the league. The game had barely started, 2 minutes on the clock, and Douglas Luiz, who's been playing out of his mind lately, opens the scoring with a cheeky back heel. It looked like Chelsea might crumble, like it was going to be another rough night for the Blues. But that's when the main character of our story stepped in. João Pedro decided that pitch was basically his backyard. Chelsea needed a quick response, and it came with a Brazilian stamp on it. Malo Gusto received a brilliant pass from Enzo Fernandez, who, by the way, looked like he was playing in a tuxedo yesterday, fired in a low cross, and João Pedro was right there, right place, right time, to tap it into the net. What really left English fans and the European press stunned wasn't just the equalizer, it was the composure. Just before halftime, Enzo delivered another ridiculous pass, slicing through Villa's defense, and João Pedro found himself one-on-one with Dibu Martínez. You know Dibu, the World Cup-winning goalkeeper who loves a bit of mind games? João Pedro simply ignored the resume and chipped him with outrageous class. A delicate little dink over the Argentine. The ball dropped softly into the net, and Villa Park went silent. At that moment, everyone realized this wasn't just a good performance. A historic one was unfolding. And if you thought it stopped there, the second half only confirmed the domination. Cole Palmer made it 3 with a first-time strike. But the night belonged to our number 20. In the 63rd minute, Garnacho made a run down the left, set João Pedro up, and he buried his third of the game, Chelsea's fourth. Hat trick in the Premier League. And do you know what that means? He joined a very exclusive club. Only 8 Brazilians in history have scored 3 goals in a single match in the toughest league in the world. We're talking about the same tier as players like Firmino and Gabriel Jesus. His efficiency was absurd. 3 shots, 3 goals, plus an assist, if you count how involved he was in nearly everything Chelsea created. In the last 8 matches alone, the kid has been involved in 11 goals. Those are the numbers of someone knocking on the door of the Brazilian national team so loudly that Carlo Ancelotti won't be able to ignore it. And honestly, what fans abroad are saying online right now would get anyone excited about this kid's future, because the comparisons they're making are serious. What's happening on social media right now is a crazy indicator of what João Pedro represents to English football at the moment. Over on X, formerly Twitter, the mood is pure euphoria. And it's not just Chelsea fans either. Some people are saying João Pedro had to score that hat trick just to remind PSG who he is. That's the level of conversation. People are already projecting him toward Europe's biggest clubs, treating this performance like a warning shot to the continent's giants. There were posts full of trophy emojis celebrating his Man of the Match award. And one moment in particular caught everyone's attention. Him grabbing the match ball right after the final whistle. That image, João Pedro, walking off with the ball tucked under his arm, basically became the wallpaper of half of London today. And the stats British analysts are dropping? Pretty wild. One analytics profile pointed out that he's been the most impactful summer signing of the entire Premier League season. Listen to this. 14 goals and 5 assists so far, with 8 of those goals coming just in 2026. The guy is absolutely on fire, as they like to say over there. Even Brighton fans, his former club, were joking that the board must be regretting the sale, saying his agent deserves a lifetime commission for moving him to Chelsea. The level of respect he commanded at Villa Park, one of the toughest stadiums to play in England, is something we haven't seen from a Brazilian in a long time. Europe's major outlets didn't hold back either. Reuters reported that João Pedro was directly responsible for putting Chelsea back into the real race for a Champions League spot. Meanwhile, OneFootball highlighted that Chelsea were on the ropes after conceding so early, and that only a player with that level of individual talent could have turned the match around. They kept emphasizing the Brazilian's clinical composure. See, he didn't blink in front of Dibu Martínez, didn't get rattled by the Villa crowd, and simply solved the problem for manager Liam Rosenjor. Speaking of the coach, Rosenjor himself couldn't hide his excitement in the press conference. He said, João Pedro's confidence is growing by the minute, and what impressed him most wasn't just the beautiful goals. It was the positioning. He's always exactly where the ball drops. That natural striker's instinct Brazil has been craving in the national team. Adam Bate, one of Sky Sports' top commentators, summed it up perfectly. The Holte end was silenced. Chelsea were superb, and João Pedro was Villa's nightmare. That's the kind of performance that changes a player's status in the Premier League hierarchy. He's no longer just a prospect. He's becoming a frightening reality for defenders. So what we saw yesterday was one of those performances that changes careers. João Pedro didn't just play well. He slammed his fist on the table and announced that Brazil has a new star in the toughest league in the world. But now, I want to hear from you. After this hat trick and all that composure, does João Pedro already deserve a guaranteed starting spot in Ancelotti's Brazil squad? Or does he still need to grind a little more in Europe? Drop your opinion in the comments. I really want to hear what you think. And, hey, if you made it this far and still haven't hit the like button, come on now. Support the channel, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more masterclasses from our Brazilians dominating overseas. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.